Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 16th through the 23rd. And during that time, we do have a new moon that comes in on the 17th, and that's a time for fresh starts, a good time for new beginnings, learn a new skill, or start any new projects, both inner and outer, that you might want to work on, or even make new decisions. So keep that in mind. We then have the waxing crescent moon for the rest of the week, and that is a time of heightened senses and a good time for us to execute those projects that we've just started and to live up to our expectations and intentions. Just good energy to get those things moving. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Sagittarius. So, as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that luck is on your side. I love it when this card comes up. I love to hear that when anyone's lucky. I know any Sagittarius, which I think I do. Sometimes it's hard to remember the signs of all the people around me. I have enough time remembering my own signs and things. So. All right, as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you this week is that along with this new moon and waxing crescent energy, it's a good time to learn something new. And I don't mean just some little cute little fact. I mean to really deep dive on something. So think of something in your recent past that you're like, oh, I know nothing about that. I should go learn that. And then you just kind of ignored that thought and continued on with your life. Well, this is the week to do that. Think of those things from maybe the last few weeks. And there's something that you popped up that you thought, oh, like this thing in history happened and someone mentioned it. I'm like, I don't know anything about that at all. That's me, because honestly, I drifted off in history class a lot. So I didn't find it to be that exciting in my youth. And so I don't know a lot of history. My husband is a history buff, so of course he's nice to have beside me, because I can say, well, what happened when that thing happened? And he can do a whole dissertation on it. But in order for me to go understand it, I really do have to deep dive and study those things and be like, oh, okay, now I understand that. But it could be that something historical. It could be you're learning a new exercise routine. Maybe you're learning a new recipe. For me, I'll probably be learning some new gardening thing. I have a feeling this next week I'll be hands in the dirt quite a bit. So just that time of year. So just think of something that you want to do a deep dive on and give yourself a couple of hours to do that. And that is really just my fun weekly reminder. And I will stop babbling now, Sagittarius. Let's get into this reading. May 16th through the 23rd, luck is on your side. And your present energy right now this week is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is interesting because I have a new, kind of a new take on this card, because a friend of mine that was going through something, and this card was in their reading for that week, and it just made me have a new take on it. Luck is on your side. In this case, this friend was stuck. They were having some car trouble out of state. And I understood this card to really mean that they had planted the seeds of community around them so that several people were ready to come to their rescue. And I was like, well, that's kind of harvesting seeds. So if luck is on your side and you find yourself maybe needing a hand, the luck is probably karma that you have already banked. You've already put out good things into the universe so that people are coming to your rescue or things are happening for you. So great energy for you to be in there. Your current situation is the Three of Cups. So you're definitely celebrating. Maybe this, something did come to fruition, or you're waiting for this thing to happen, and you're definitely celebrating that fact. Hopefully surrounding yourself with friends and family, and just really enjoying that luck and sharing. What do they say? Don't keep your good luck to yourself. Share it with others, in spirit, of course. And that the root of your situation is the Two of Swords. So there also might be something that you are thinking through, and you're not making a decision. You might be happy that you're not yet making a decision. It might be there might be two great things that you're considering, and you're not sure which one is better. Let's say I'm going to say that maybe you've won the lottery, and they're asking you, would you like the cash annuity, or would you like to take a lump sum payment? Wow, I would love to be sitting in that position, right? So it's that kind of thing. It's like where you have a decision to make, but either or is going to be a great outcome. And so sometimes that's hard to, how do you make a decision there? Anyway, in your recent past here, Page of Cups. So you've gone into all of this with kind of a sense of humor and an open heart. You're open emotionally and you're just light and airy. I can feel it. Again, if I had to be around a Sagittarius this week, I would be fine with it. You're in a great mood because lucky things are happening to you. And I just want to give you a high five or a handshake to see if that might rub off a little bit. What is on your mind this week is the star card. So this is about being on course. This is about things that are written in the stars. And sometimes you do feel like that when something very lucky happens, you're like, well, of course, it couldn't happen to a better person, right? So it seems like it's something like that that's happening that you're like, oh wow. For a minute, it's like just there's a knowing. There's like this was written in the stars. It's being on the right path, being on the right course. It's having hope that, the star card is about prosperity also. It's about being very optimistic. So you're definitely got that again. You're just very light and airy this week. What is just ahead of you this week? Well, here you come face to face with the devil. And this is why maybe all of this good luck is making you the devil's trying to tempt you over here, right? The devil's like, well, you won the lottery. Maybe we should do this. And the devil has a really, really bad idea. Maybe something that maybe there's a dependency situation where I shouldn't do this thing because I know me and I know. So make sure if you're being tempted that you understand that that is the devil energy tempting you, especially when you're on this good luck run. That the devil has a tendency to swoop in and go, well, hello there, having all that good luck, let me tempt you. So watch out for temptations this week. Watch out for things that might distract you. Watch out for doing like procrastinating this week. Don't do that. Watch out for being closed minded, and kind of false fears and insecurities. Sometimes this can actually represent a fear of success that the devil swoops in and says, he tells you that negative thing, that little negative self talk, like, oh, well, you're lucky now, but this luck isn't going to last. Those kind of thoughts. Don't have those kind of insecurities and recognize that, oh, that's the devil. I don't want the devil in my ear. And so just definitely try to fight that off and overcome it this week. In your advice position is the Three of Wands here. So you're definitely thinking about, this is about thinking maybe travel or new ventures or new ways of seeing things. So let's focus on that stuff instead of those ways the devil might be tempting you here. I also want to point out that you have two threes. So look up angel number 33 and see if that has any bearing on your situation this week. Okay, what is beyond your control this week is the Magician. I love this. Here's the Magician saying, what do you want to manifest and which element would you like to use to do it? It's beyond your control. And I think because you've got that luck, sometimes when you're in that luck realm, and if you can hold on to that optimism about it, it's what they say about manifesting is that if you can be in the spirit of it, if you can be in the mindset, in that lucky winning mindset, it'll just continue. Don't let this devil creep in on you. Don't let that, that negativity start to creep in. Try to hold on to that optimistic way of thinking this week for sure. What is your secret desire or what are you trying to avoid? Strength card. There comes your strength to help you deal with this devil. Be strong in this optimism and be strong in this. I mean, I love all of this reading, but I just hate that devil is in there. But isn't that when he shows up, it's there to tempt you for some reason. So it's this week, it's conquer the temptation. It's to definitely conquer that spirit of the devil. And the strength card, is it your secret desire to use your inner strength? Or are you trying to avoid that? I hope you're trying to use it because I do think you're going to need it. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 now major arcana. This is kind of a big week for you. So remember, we're manifesting, we're staying in that positive thing, we're being drawn in this direction, and we're going to really just try to just flick that devil off the shoulder, right? I would love to see the Temperance card be the next card. I would. No, Queen of Wands, that's fine too. Queen of Wands is about understanding what lights your fire, understanding what really excites you about life. And, I think that's what helps you manifest, and it's what kind of keeps that positive attitude going. But you're really just going to have to fight the devil a little bit. He's going to try to be in your ear and on your shoulder. Like I said, I wish that angel, I wish the angel of the Temperance card would have come out to really really counterbalance what is hidden from you this week. is the Page of Swords. So that's a new way of communicating, or a new way of, or new information and ideas that are coming in. That's not really, you're kind of in the moment this week, which is fine. Just again, make sure you are paying attention to fighting that devil. Use your inner strength. You've got all these other cards on your side. You've got some decisions to make, but you're definitely feeling very optimistic. You're in celebratory mode. You've got a good sense of humor about you. You know what lights your fire and you know what doesn't. You probably also know what tempts you. So make sure if those temptations come up that you really try to fight them off. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Sagittarius as they have this very lucky week. Laugh at your demons. Well, isn't that funny? Let's laugh right in the face of this demon. Laugh, laugh. You've got the sense of humor. I love that that card came out, because that's really what you have to do. Ha! You know, what is it? To scoff at the devil. You know, I'm not taking your bait. I'm not going to do it. So don't take the bait. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Sagittarius this week, as they're fighting demons and not taking the bait, which I think is great. It's your body is the name of your self-care card. Your body deserves your love. So make sure within all of this luck, all of these good feelings that you're having, that you take care of your body. And that could be something that you do say no, laugh at a demon that's might be trying to offer you that extra cocktail or that extra drink, or luring you to just do something that you shouldn't be doing. You need to laugh at it and definitely deny it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it this week. You're doing so well, and things are going so well, and you're so lucky this week that you definitely do need to laugh at the demons and don't take the bait. So Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in your life in a positive way this week. If you're comfortable sharing, let me know, what was this demon that came up for you? Did you laugh at it? What came up? How have you been so lucky? I'd be very curious to hear from the different Sagittarians out there on how this message, this energy plays out in your own life. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really, really nice. And I really do appreciate you so much for doing that. So thank you so much. If you've already done that, thank you again as well. Thanks for being here and spending some time with me today, Sagittarius. So good luck with all of this. Come on back next week and let's see what happens then. So thanks so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.